Weekend Update with Kristen Baker and Joel Skipper.
I'm Joel Skipper.
And I'm Kristen Baker, and here are tonight's top stories. The U.S. military has recently developed a new weapon that destroys people but leaves buildings standing. It's called the U.S. stock market.
That's very true.
All 5 living presidents met for a historic lunch at the White House last week. Afterwards, there was an argument over who would actually pay the lunch bill, but eventually they all agreed they should just leave it up to future generations.
It's true. A lot of Wall Street experts are saying there are incredible bargains out there right now with the stock markets and that it's a great time to buy. Oh, it's a great time to buy. Kind of like after a huge car crash and there are auto parts laying all over the place. It's very similar. It's very similar. Many Americans are wondering, is the sky really falling or are they just trying to convince us? American economists have been quoted recently saying things like, America could slip into financial panic. The economy is in great danger as they'll have flashlights under their chins like this.
Okay,
Ooh,
Joel,
it's
no.
so scary.
Oh, Joel,
What's
seriously,
up?
stop. General Motors announced that they are ending their endorsement deal with Tiger Woods. When asked why, a spokesperson for General Motors said, Tiger Woods is successful, competitive, and popular, and that's just not us. The auto executives for the Big Three are being criticized now because before they asked Congress for billions of dollars, they all flew to Washington in their own private jets. Yeah, separately, in their own private jets. In their defense, the executive said, we would have driven, but our cars only get 3 miles to the gallon. White House correspondents reported that when the Big Three CEOs arrived in Washington with their request for $25 billion, Congress was reported to have said, you know what? Wait right here. Let me go back and talk to the manager and see what I can hook you up with. All right.
Next time they'll know better. Here's what I think the government needs to do. Something like the Amazing Race. Drop them off in the middle of nowhere with these folks. No food, no water. However, give them some tools. They make a car. The first one to Washington gets the bailout.
Oh, but don't use the B word, Joel. Remember, the car companies don't like it.
Oh, yeah, they prefer to call it a 24-hour bailathon. Come on down. Everything must go.
Okay. Joel.
American Express is now looking to borrow $3.5 billion from taxpayers. $3.5 billion. You know, I think we should lend them the money. We should do what they do to us. We'll lend them the money, charge them 18% interest, which, by the way, will go up to 34% if they miss a payment. And of course, lots of more sour news about the economy. The federal government has announced that due to the bad economy, it's going to lay off about 40,000 postal workers. 40,000 disgruntled postal workers. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, by the way, do you know what the highest paying job in America is?
What's that?
Jury duty.
Awesome.
Jury duty.
Okay. And here to offer us Everyday Joe some helpful financial advice is special guest money expert Dave Orman.
Well, thank you, Kristen. Joel, did you know millions of Americans are living with debt they cannot control? That's why I created a new, unique program to help people manage their debts. It's called Don't Buy Stuff You Can't Afford.
Let me see that. If you don't have the money, you should not buy anything. Sounds interesting.
Sounds confusing.
I don't know, Joel. This makes a lot of sense. There's a whole section here on how you can actually buy expensive things using money that you save.
Let me see that. Okay. Now, where would I get the so-called saved money?
I tell you where and how in Chapter 3.
Okay, let's say I want something, but I don't have the money.
You don't buy it.
Let's say I don't have the money to buy something. Should I buy it anyway?
No.
Well, what
now
if
I'm really confused.
Yeah, what if I have the money? Then can I buy something?
Yes.
Now take the money away. Same story?
No. You shouldn't buy something if you don't have the money.
Okay. I got it. Let's say I want to buy something now. I can pay for it later, right?
Right.
No. You need to have the money first, then you buy it.
Oh, then you buy it. But I don't buy it before I have the money.
No.
Why not?
It's all in the book. The book is only 1 page long. The advice is priceless, but the book is free.
I like the sound of that.
I'll just put it on my credit card.
Yeah.
No, Joel, you won't put it on your credit card. Credit cards are bad. They're naughty.
Oh, naughty.
Wow, Dave, you have been
Naughty.
so helpful. Thank you so much for stopping by. Dave Orman, everybody.
Really has. Thank you very much. Fantastic.
Recently, the Dow Jones average dropped 777 points, which wiped out $1.2 trillion in the stock market. Financial experts say the last time that much money disappeared in one day was when Oprah left her purse in a cab. It was a bad day. It was scary.
Where's Gail?
I know. Good question. This year, the Treasury Department held its annual holiday party in something called the cash room. You know what that is, the cash room in Washington, where the Treasury Department holds all the cash it has on hand. Of course, these days it's empty, so plenty more room to party. Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Despite enormous fluctuations in the Dow Jones average this past year, billionaire investor Warren Buffett announced recently he will continue to invest in the stock market during this current financial crisis. So remember, everyone, this is no time to panic, as long as you're the richest man on earth. Also, the head of Regal Entertainment has said the recession, as it gets worse, more and more people are actually going to the movies because nothing helps you forget about your troubles like a $5 Coke or a $7 bucket of popcorn. With tonight's top stories, I'm Joel Skipper.
And I'm Kristen Baker. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.